I don't think I made a video for any of the last half of October because I've just been living in it. My glasses are changed and I don't really know how I feel about it still. First video of November, I have a good feeling. I don't feel like I've been talking to myself nearly as much as I usually do. I feel like I was doing a lot more drugs though. So maybe the drugs just like shut me off from like my internal voice, because I feel like sometimes they just make it really, really quiet. And that's not always fun. I'm also not going to be going to any parties or doing any other drugs, so hopefully I'll start to get more back into tap with myself. I don't feel like I felt too much different than I normally do, but at the same time, part of me does not feel like I usually do. So I don't know what it means when I don't feel any different, but I don't feel the same. I'm alone in my hotel room. I've been doing that for, I shit you not, 3 minutes straight because I accidentally went on to a channel that had Bluey on it. I picked up 3 leaves on my way back from the store earlier because they were pretty. I am more like my childhood self than I think I will ever be an adult. And I will always be trying to come back to who I was as a kid. Because why was I doing that? And why don't I care? Fucking parking lot. Like... I'm so embarrassed that I live like this. I am becoming increasingly more unhappy. I feel so stressed out. I feel so, like, I feel tone policed. I feel disrespected. I feel dismissed. I feel confused. I feel agitated. I feel angry. It's like all the sweet things have just kind of fucking faded or something. Many things in life are about give and take. Many things in life are about learning where your faults are and learning where other people's faults are, accepting your faults and accepting others' faults. And recently, me and my partner have been going through the normal spats that a couple does when you realize that you're very compatible on a deep level, but on a human level, you kind of bump heads because you have both conflicting traumas, conflicting upbringings, and conflicting personality types in a small way. Now, you may have seen me dealing with being in some of those moments, and while I am not going to deny the significance of those moments, I will also acknowledge that sometimes the road to success is hard. And while I definitely know myself and I know the kinds of things and the kinds of behaviors that I will not tolerate, and I know the kinds of support that I both want to give and receive in a partnership, sometimes I get really faced with the reality that I'm a little dramatic, because not to say that like small toxicity is worse than big toxicity in any stretch of the imagination, but sometimes you just forget that some things are worse. Being faced recently with the reality, the abject reality, that there are some cis men that exist in this world that are so terrible, it is hard for me to comprehend. My partner and I have our stuff, and I won't deny that I am having to relearn how to be a good partner, because I think I had misconceptions about how a partner operated, because it's like, I'm a good person, so that must mean I'm a good partner. No. And sometimes I mistake people not knowing how to be a good partner for them being bad people, because I assumed I was a good person and a good partner, because I thought those things were mutually exclusive. And so if someone was a bad partner, it meant they were a bad person. You see how that's all it's all a me thing? It has nothing to do with anybody else? Right. I feel very lucky and feel very blessed that I have someone who is able to make me feel a various amount of emotions and is able to remind me that I have boundaries and that I have the right to speak up for myself and be respected, as well as give respect. And I do have the expectation in our partnership to be respectful and to be a good partner, not just a good person, because a good person wants to be a good partner to the person that they're a partner to, not just be like, oh, I'm a good partner, so anyone who's with me must just have to see that I'm a good partner, because that's just not the way it works, and I understand that. And when you're with someone who's a good person who might just not be a good partner, you can see the way they show up for you because they're a good person. You can be a bad person and a bad partner. You can't be a bad person and a good partner. You can be a good person and a bad partner and a good person and a good partner, but you can't be a bad person and a good partner unless you're a liar. Unless you're a liar, and that's not a good person thing. There are some people in my life who have been with just genuinely terrible people. People who in their core, I believe, either learned to be evil or find the most comfort in being evil. Whether those are the same thing, I don't give a shit, because at the end of the day, I've witnessed the effects of them being bad people and bad partners. I've also witnessed people in my life who have had good people as bad partners. And the drastic difference between just having a bad breakup and having an abusive ex is like miles. I don't really know what the whole point of this was. All I know is that a lot of things are putting some shit into perspective for me lately, and I guess I'm just thankful for that. My favorite thing about my partner and I's relationship is the fact that we have so many like unspoken connections and so many unspoken similarities. And one of my favorite ones, aside from like ones that obviously like blow my fucking mind, is the smallest thing. We both own a lot of the same brand. I love the brand Crofts and Barrow. I thrift some of their pieces like fairly frequently, and I was just going through our clothes, because I'm putting our clothes in the same closet, and one of my favorite sweaters of my partner's is like a sweater that's from that same brand, and I'm just like, so we're soulmates, is what you're saying. This month has been full of lessons, not in any way that I'm familiar with, though. I have been checked, I have been caught up, I have been humbled, I have been reminded, I have been incentivized and motivated. I'm taking a tolerance break from... I've also been taking a break off of social media, and it has been the easiest fucking thing I think I've done in the last 2 years. I'm having to really just kind of settle with the reality of some of the things I think, of some of the things that I feel, and I'm tapping into a part of myself that I feel like is the most honest version of myself that I've been in a minute. And I think for a while I thought that I was trying to connect back to something. Like there was a part of me that I felt like I was disconnected from, and I felt like I had to like get back to me. But now it's like, I think I'm growing into something. I think I'm filling the shoes of something, and I think I'm, meeting a destiny, so to speak. And that feels better, I guess. I am capable, and I am strong, and I am able, and god damn it, I will prove it. I love when my brother wants to hang out with me. I love it. I had a dream about a woman that I'm no longer friends with, that broke my heart, and we don't talk, and so occasionally I will have a moment of weakness and look at her Pinterest, and then I'm reminded that I am literally like 2 waves of trends ahead of this girl, and that's why she liked me. She didn't like me because of who I was as a person. She didn't like me because of anything that I actually brought to our friendship. She liked me because I was a person she could steal ideas from. I was someone that she could steal aesthetics from. I'm someone who could push her aesthetic limits and like encourage her aesthetic journey. I think I just miss having something like that. I miss having someone who thought I was cool. I miss having someone who listened to me and who wanted to share this vision with me. But I don't miss being taken for granted and being friends with someone who makes out with 18-year-olds. Oh my god, for the love of fucking Christ. Can people, like, I know this might sound ironic, can people just fucking stop being so goddamn judgmental of people who don't share experiences with them? Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Who the fuck gives a shit? Who the fuck do you think gave you rights? Who the fuck do you think was fighting so that way you could talk shit on the internet? God damn, it's like you are not better than people you deem stereotypical. You are not a more valid version of them. And I don't know where on earth you got the idea that you were. There are people out there who will shame you for having a viscerally real life experience because it's authentic, and God forbid it be stereotypical. God forbid it be a little corny or cringy. Jesus fucking Christ, where's your fucking joy? So, I didn't take like a full tolerance break from weed because, quite frankly, I don't really feel like my usage is hindering my life all that much. I cut back. I've saved a lot of money having done that. I'm more intentional about my weed consumption, and so I feel like I'm fine. I kind of treat weed the way I treat all of the rest of the drugs that I do, theoretically. I kind of look at smoking weed kind of the way I look at drinking. Yeah, sure, like if my boy gets off work and we feel like doing a shot, that's normal. As long as I don't work the next day. And if I do drink early, it's because I'm not gonna be drinking all night. Everything in moderation, I guess. Anyway, I've also been taking a break off social media. Like, I've been off TikTok, I've been off Instagram for a good month or two now, I think. And it's been good, it's been feeling right, it's been feeling nice. I started reading again, which is fun. I'm reading The House of Leaves by Mark Danielewski. I've tried to read this book a handful of times. I get maybe halfway through it, 3/4 of the way through it, and then I don't finish it because I just like have other shit going on. It's a very intense read. You definitely have to have a lot of like mental space to make room for it in your brain. So it's not like a casual, just like, oh, I'm just gonna read this at the park. Like, this is a book you have to pay attention to. You have to be in a place where you feel like you're allowed to like let down your guards and like give it all to the experience of reading it. I've been working with air dry clay, which is something I've been wanting to do for a really long time, actually. I've been wanting to fuck around with air dry clay for at least 1.5 years, 2 years now, and so I finally got around to doing that. I'm making little lighter cases for all of my friends and loved ones. And I'm going to see the Lights Before Christmas tonight. It's gonna be fun. I haven't been making a lot of video logs recently, but I also feel like I've been like trying to voice my thoughts out loud in the moment to myself, and sometimes I just don't have time to like pull out my phone. I've been dreaming a lot more. I've been keeping a dream log, and that's been nice. I feel like I want to take my dreams and put them into like a physical notebook, and I want to start like logging my dreams in like a physical book, because I use an app right now. Part of me like struggles really hard with like going forth into the future and utilizing the tools that we have, because it's like, what if electricity and electronics just stop working and there's just all this stuff that I never have access to ever again? And it's like, do I really want to lose that stuff? But it's like the same could be said for fires. I could have a fire in my home tomorrow and lose everything I've ever had. And it's like, oh, well, I didn't have like an exact picture copy on my phone of every single thing that I own. So like, maybe I need to do some more lessons in attachment or detachment. I also realized I have vulnerability issues. Who would have thought? I thought I was the most vulnerable person I knew, but apparently talking a lot is not the same as opening up. Having a lot to say is not the same as being communicative and, again, vulnerable with people. I also argue with people, and I don't realize it because I have this thing where I want clarity really, really bad. But I don't realize that trying to clarify myself to someone who doesn't want to hear me will come off as argumentative. So now I know that. A lot of good realizations this month, folks. Really, really honing in on my flaws. And it feels awesome. I'm not super anal about a lot of things, you know. I think I'm just very particular about certain things that I am particular about. And I'm not I'm clean. Don't get it twisted. I'm just not a very, like, organized person. Like, that's typically what I'm working with, both in here and in my world. When I do decide to really, like, buckle down and get some shit organized, I feel a large sense of accomplishment from that. I feel a large sense of accomplishment from that because I don't be doing that shit all the time. And quite frankly, it takes a lot for me to, like, put towards the energy to do that kind of shit, you know? And so the other day, my partner was moving in. It must have just, like, put a bunch of clothes. I rearranged our closet so that way all of our clothes is together because we have a lot of clothes collectively. I organized it from shortest and thinnest to longest and thickest. Really, I'm just dressing for the weather, if I'm being completely honest. Like, my fashion sense has, like, second tier priority over making sure I'm comfortable out in them elements. Like, during the summer, I wear tank top or a tube top and shorts all summer. Maybe some some thin socks and my Crocs, but very rarely will you catch me in, like, a long sleeve shirt unless it's, like, less than 40 degrees outside. But, like, during the wintertime, I want a base layer that's thin and an outer layer that's, like, maybe 2 or 3 levels thicker than that. And, like, if my pants are thick, I don't want a thick top. You see where I'm going? Do you see where the lines of thinking make sense? I'm on the spectrum somewhere. ADHD, autism, comorbidity, I have no idea. I am bipolar. I don't know if that has anything to do with the reason that I'm like this. Flash forward to, like, last week, I'm assuming. My partner just puts all his clothes in the closet, and it, like, there's no order to it. And I'm having a very human reaction because I'm just like, bruh. And so my partner tells me that it had no idea that our clothes were separated, like, that way. And then I start fixing it this morning, and now I'm a little pissed off, but I'm like, it's like the kind of pissed off that immediately runs through you and, like, you get to, like, let go of because you finally realize why you're pissed off. Like, when you're harboring on a pissed off, it's because you don't know why you're pissed off, or you, like, feel like there's no resolve to the way you're pissed off, and I don't feel like that right now. I'm looking through everything and go through and, like, reorganize stuff, and things are just, like, in the wrong fucking order. It wasn't like, I don't care about it being, like, in perfect order. I do care about there being a semblance of order. So I was just like, oh, that's the thing that pissed me off. They were just out of order is the issue that I was running into. Like, I wish that people would be able to, like, process anger and resentment. I figured out why I was pissed off about it, and so now I'm just gonna laugh about the fact that I'm pissed off about it and maybe not be pissed off about it later. Found a camcorder that I had from when I was 17. I stole it from one of my mom's ex-boyfriends, and I'm watching all these videos and, like, I'm feeling super nostalgic. I walk outside my fucking front door and it smells the way it used to smell when I would be filming those videos, and right now I'm watching the leaves go up in a little, like, vortex. I feel like I'm aligned really well with the world right now. I gave myself bangs again because I've been really wanting bangs the last, like, month. I've been seeing pictures of me from last year with my little bangs and my grayish, greenish, whitish tips, and I just miss that hair a lot. So I cut my bangs. I think I'm gonna go a little bit shorter with them. Thanksgiving was good. I made buffalo chicken dip. It was good. I ate a lot, but I didn't overeat, which was also good. I'm about to draw a little. I might pull some tarot, and then I think I'm gonna read because I tried to install TikTok the other day and it physically repulsed me, so I uninstalled it the same day. I think I am at the point where I'm, like, moving away from wanting to be on social media like that all the time. Like, I have Instagram still and I still get on it every once in a while, but it's not, like, something I enjoy being on, like, all day long. I like a good book. I like that. It feels good in my soul, feels good on my face, feels good in my mind. I'm loving these bangs. I'm sorry. I think things are good. I think things are good.